Shalom. 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 All right, so we're going to get to the lesson. If we have time to answer some questions towards the end, we'll answer them. But we want to get to the lesson. Shalom to everybody that is online. Shalom to the family. Brother Emmanuel, Kia, see you. Shalom, sis. Brother Jay Sneaks, Shalom. Frank, Shalom. Shalom. Oh, you muted?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Shalom to everybody. We hope you're having a beautiful, blessed Sabbath. Beautiful, blessed Sabbath. So today we got a good class. I want to get to it because it's a lot. Shalom, Ra'ai. Good to see you, King. Shalom, Ra'ai. Good to see you. So we don't want to we want to get started, man, because we got a lot to cover today. The lesson today is entitled, all right, this is a good lesson. This lesson is good to understand. It's the understanding of the heavens, all right? Understanding of the heavens, all right? Now, it's good to understand this lesson because if you understand this, you can understand what we have to look forward to in the kingdom, all right? And I remember that I said I was going to do a lesson catered to what we have to look forward to in the kingdom, all right? Now, contrary to popular belief, when I was a Christian, right, I thought heaven was like little white angels in the clouds, you know, they was like, had the little Cupid look, you know, they had the little bow, you know, and it was flying on the clouds and stuff like that. That's what I thought heaven was. I mean, you know, I thought it was a whole bunch of, you know, the Edomites with the big curly blonde locks. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of that walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we in heaven now, with a whole bunch of white robes with the thong sandals. Thought I was gonna see a lot of people walking around with thong sandals on, right? Then you was gonna look up and you was gonna see that Christ with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, and he was gonna say, Brother Mosh, you made it. Brother Mosh. So I thought that was gonna be heaven. But heaven is gonna look a little different, right? Let's get Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 6. Let's go ahead and get into it. Nehemiah. Sister Jemiah, I know you got some questions. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna answer them. If not on this live, I'm for sure gonna hit you up after class. For sure, we're gonna answer those questions for you. All right, I got it. I haven't forgot about you. So let's get Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 6. Go ahead.
Book of Nehemiah, chapter 9, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Thou, even thou, art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their hosts.
So how many heavens is there? How many heavens? There's 3 heavens. Bro. You know what? Maybe it's because of this. I'm gonna just keep this out. Shalom. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Shalom. Is it back? Let's see. Let me know if it's back. Let me know if it's back. It's back? Okay, calm. You see? Okay, calm. All right, we back. All right. So how many of you knew that it was more than one heaven? Raise your hand if you knew that. Raise your hand. So only 2 people knew that? Okay. Did you know that? You knew it was only more than one? It was more than one? Okay, calm. Did you know? You didn't know that, huh? You didn't know that, huh? Because Christian, we was taught like heaven is this place, and like I explained earlier, you know, you was gonna see Cupid up there, and you was gonna see like white clouds and everybody floating, right? Kind of like the movie Hercules. You know how they make it seem like the little high place is for them. That's how we thought it was. But heaven, there's multiple heavens. Read that again.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Thou, even thou, art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their hosts, the earth, and all things that are
So
therein.
thou hast made heaven, the heavens of heavens, the earth, and the host of heaven. All right. So we got heaven, the heavens of heaven, the host, right, of heaven. Right? Was that all of that? Okay. Read.
The seas and all that is therein.
And the seas and all that is in there. So what we want to focus in on that is that the Lord has made the heavens and the heavens of heavens. All right. The heavens and the heavens of heavens. Come. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 16. Sirach chapter 16, and we're going to read verse 18. Got a lot that I want to cover. Hebrew daughter, you didn't know that? Yeah, the Lord, there's more than one heaven. There's three heavens, right, that we know of in the scriptures, that the scriptures actually mention. All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 16, verse 18. Read that.
Sirach chapter 16, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens.
You see that? Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens. Read.
The deep and the earth and all that therein is shall be moved when he shall visit.
So we have the heavens and the heavens of heavens. Okay. What does the word heaven mean? Does anybody know? What does that word heaven mean? Does anybody know? No? Okay. Let's get the strong definition of heaven. All right. Let's get the strong definition of heaven. So the Strong's definition of heaven, you know what? Let's just go there. Okay. Let's just go there. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's get the Strong's definition. All right. Boom. Okay. And let's go to Blue Letter Bible. And let's get, so the Strong's definition comes in at let's see if I could, H8064. Okay. Here we go, right here. You know what? Doing that again. Let's do this. Let's just do this. Let's just look the word here. See, okay, so let's go here. So we're gonna go to Bible. We're gonna get heavens. All right, here it is right here. So this is the definition, the Strong's definition for heavens. All right. So when you look up the outline of biblical usages, it says heaven are heavens, sky, visible heavens, as above in the stars, as the visible universe, the sky, the atmosphere. All right. So it is pronounced, let's get the pronunciation.
Strong's H 8064. Shamayim.
Shamayim. Okay, Shamayim. And it means, let's read the Strong's definition. It means, let's just get here. So the sky, right, as aloft, the dew, perhaps alluding to the visible arc in which the clouds move, as well as to the higher either where the celestial bodies revolve. All right, air, okay, heavens. All right. So where is the heavens, or where is heaven? Anybody know? It's in the sky. It's in the sky. All right. It's in the universe. So when you look up in the sky and you see those stars, you see the universe, that's the heavens. All right. I used to ask a trick question to people all the time. I used to say, have you ever seen heaven before? People used to be like, I ain't never seen no heaven. Yes, you have. Every night when you look up, when you go outside and you look up, or at nighttime because you can see it better, that's the heavens. The heavens is in space. The heavens is in the clouds. We're going to prove that, right? So now, read that again in Ecclesiasticus 16:18.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 16, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens,
Uh-huh.
the deep and the earth.
So the heaven and the heavens of heavens, the deep and the earth. Get Genesis chapter 1, verse 8. All right. So where are the heavens? Have you ever seen the heavens, Delvon? Or say your Hebrew name?
You don't even know me. See? Times of war.
Times of war. That's right. I'm gonna get y'all right. I've been messing up brother Namanawath all day. I've been messing up brother Dave. You know what? Tahar I got though. I got to. I'm gonna get it. Don't trip, brothers. I'm gonna get y'all. So now say it again. Namanawath. Got you, I'm gonna get it by the end of the day. Get Genesis 1 and 8. Read that.
The book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And God called the firmament heaven.
Where's the firmament? In the sky. And God called the firmament what?
Heaven.
So where's heaven? In the sky. So have you ever seen heaven before? Yeah, you've seen heaven before. Now have you seen it in its totality? No. But have you seen it? Yes. You go outside, you look in the sky, it's the heavens. All right, read.
And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
Mm-hmm.
And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. Mm-hmm. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. Mm-hmm. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass. The earth.
What verse you at?
That's verse 11.
Okay, no, that's good. You read 6 all the way to 8, right?
I read 8, verse 8.
Oh, not verse 8. Go to 6. Go to verse 6.
So book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Now, it said, now God is, pay attention to detail here, because this is dealing with the creation. So God said, let the firmament divide the waters. What does that mean? Let the firmament divide the waters. Huh? Okay, yeah, but it's the waters divide the waters. The clouds. Okay, so you have you got whoever rode in a plane before? You ever seen how the clouds are? They're layered, right? Those hold water. And that's how we get our rain, correct? So when he divided the waters, right? How did he divide the waters? He divided the waters from the sea and the waters from the sky. You understand? You know what it's called when we have what's called mist. What is mist? It's a form of water in the air, right? That's what mist is. It doesn't get real misty in like California sometimes, but in certain parts of the world, it's real misty to where it's literally like water, like fall, and it's water. Understand? So the waters from the waters, the firmament divides them, right? Because what is the firmament? There's levels to the firmament, right? What do I mean by there's levels to the firmament? We're going to get that. Don't worry, but keep reading.
Book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters.
Uh-huh.
And let it divide the waters from the waters.
Uh-huh.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament.
You see that? There's water that is under the firmament. So what's the water that's under the firmament? The rivers and the seas. And what's the water that's above the firmament? Be the clouds and things of that nature. All right, watch, read.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament and the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day.
Then he called the firmament heaven. So when you see the clouds in the sky, right, you begin to go into the firmament. All right, when we fly and things of that nature, I'm going to show you. So let's go from there. Let's get so that was Genesis 1. Let's go to back to Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 1. I'm gonna move a little bit because I want to get to the meat of this, because it's a lot that I want to actually show you guys. So let's get that in Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, and let's read verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The pride of the heights, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show. The sun, when it appeared, declared by his rising a marvelous instrument, the works of the Most High.
So the sun, right, is within where? The firmament. All right. The sun is within the firmament. All right. And it's at the height. Okay. And it's beautiful and it's glorious. So if you guys ever get a telescope one day, I suggest everybody get a telescope. Get a telescope and just look. Go outside at night and just look into the sky. Or look at the stars. Get a strong telescope and try to look. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you know, it's harder in LA because, you know, LA has too many lights and also a lot of fog. If you ever go to, like, I remember one time I was with my wife and we were driving to like Vegas, and certain, like when you're driving from Vegas to California or vice versa, you can see all those stars. It clear. You be like, hey, look at it. I ain't never seen all of that up there. You be like, I did not know it was that many. You know, in LA you see like 1 star, 3 star, like you go, oh, that's a star. But when you actually go somewhere where it's not the pollution or the light, you like, look at it, you see thousands and thousands of stars. Thousands. It's like crazy. You see a lot, yeah. And what's even more crazy is that all those stars move in unison. Scripturally, though, I'm gonna show you how this works. The host of heaven move in order. That's what we would call the host of heaven. When you start getting into the stars and the skies and things of that nature, that's the host of heaven, and they all move in an order. Watch this. So let's go from there. Go. That was Sirach 43. Go to Revelations 19 and 17. Revelation chapter 19, verse 17. And this actually puts you in perspective of the power of the Most High God. Seriously, when you start looking at stuff like this, man, you really got to put some respect on the Creator's name. Revelations 19 and 17.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven.
Where do the birds fly? In the midst of heaven. So when you're in an airplane, guess where guess where you're going? You're in the midst of heaven. Now, what does it mean when it says in the midst? What does it mean in the midst or the midst, right? What does that mean? Let's look it up so you can understand where this actually is. So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna get the definition. All right. So let's go here. Boom. I want you guys to get a clear picture of this. So
midst.
All right, our midst. All right. So it's in the middle of, the middle point or part. So in the middle. All right. So where are the birds actually flying? Through, right? In the midst of it, they're through it, right? So as you start to begin to go and extend, you're going into the heavens. At a lower level, I might add, but you're going into the heavens. Read it one more time in Revelations.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together into the supper of the great God.
So as we begin to fly, we begin to go into what we would call the heavens. But of course, we can't go all the way into the heavens, and that is for a reason. Why do you think we can't go up there? Why do you think Esau is trying so hard to get up there? Plug that up. Huh? Because he wants to sit like God. It's not only to get away from judgment, he wants to be like God. I gotta get up there. Nothing, Nimrod, nothing should be able to stop me. Nothing should be able to stop me from going there. I'm going to go where the Most High is. That's why he's trying to shoot his satellites up there and shoot his planes up there and crashing and all of that. Don't believe what they say. I definitely don't believe that they got to the moon. I do not believe they got to the moon. Yeah, they probably got a satellite, like, and not even past the Ray Allen, the Van Allen belts? Van Allen belts. I said Ray Allen belts. Ray Allen about the Ray Allen belts. I watch too much basketball. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. But those are like radiation belts right, in the atmosphere. So they can't even cross that. They haven't even crossed that. So they probably got a satellite, like, not all the way up into the firmament, but just at the tip of the firmament. You understand? Esau's a liar. Somebody asked a question. Me and my wife watching this video. This dude, he be asking, like, they call it asking high questions. And he said, if I forgot, what's the dude that went to the moon? What's his name? Armstrong. They said if he was the first dude to the moon, who recorded him landing? Who recorded him landing like that? If he was the first one to the moon, who recorded him landing? Like, they didn't go to no moon, but they're trying. They're attempting to. They do have satellites high into the firmament. I do know that, because we understand that the firmament, birds fly through the firmament, but they have not gotten into the heavens of heavens. I've gotten even above the. Say it again, not Ray Allen, but Van Allen. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got get your the mic. It's right here. Pass the mic. Yeah, let one of the brothers know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe they probably didn't get to the moon either because that was like in '69.
Yeah.
How long has that been? That's like, you know what I'm saying?
And they ain't went back.
Right. It's like if you've done it once, you can do it again quicker, right?
Quicker, better, right? They supposed to be going to the moon again. Probably would have had a whole space station on the moon by now. Understand? They ain't went to no moon. But that's all the pride of this man. So the heavens is something that is too great for any of us to go. We have to be invited to go. And there are some special people that will be invited to go. All right. So let's go from there. That was Revelations 19:17. So the birds fly in the midst of the heavens. Go back to Sirach 24:1. 24:1. When you got that, go ahead.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in your Apocrypha, chapter 24, verse 1. Wisdom shall praise herself.
Now, this is cold. I'm not going to lie to you. This is, when I read this was, it blew me away. And I'm going to show you why. So it says, wisdom shall praise herself. Read.
And shall glory in the midst of her people.
All right. So wisdom shall glory in the midst of her people. Read.
In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power.
Read.
I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud.
So wisdom literally covered the earth, or covers the earth as a cloud, seeking those righteous individuals that may be listening, right? So in a sense of when you think of the atmosphere, you think of like how things are transferred, like how sound is transferred, how TV are, like how antennas, right? Where things is messages to transfer, or when you call, you get a phone call, and then I call you from over there, and it's people. These are the same understandings, are the same principles of wisdom. It's kind of like your own landline to the Most High. Literally, when you think of like wisdom and how it works, and the Most High speaking, and you tap into a certain frequency. That's the word I was trying to look for. When you tap into a certain frequency of the Most High. And how do you tap into a certain frequency of the Most High? And where is wisdom? So wisdom is above us. Wisdom is above us, waiting for you to have an ear so it can come down to you to give you understanding. Watch, read.
Verse 4. I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar.
You see that? It says, I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. Right? A cloudy pillar. Can the clouds, like if you ever flew or anything, like I know some of us have, it cannot be like when you get to a certain level, there's a certain protection that pollution can't even go up there. It's too pure. It's too pure. Pollution can only go so far. You understand? It's too pure when you start getting into those higher levels. Nothing abominable or wicked can get in these areas. I'm going to show you that. But wisdom is there, right? Read.
Verse 5. I alone compass the circuit of heaven.
It says, I alone compass the circuit of heaven. All right. Now, the definition of circuit, right? What is the definition of circuit? All right. Huh? Come on, let's get the actual definition. You can pull it up. Let's get the actual definition of the circuit. All right. What is a circuit? Let's get this. So it says, I alone compass the circuit of heaven. You got that definition? Go ahead.
Circuit, a roughly circular line, route, or movement that starts and finishes at the same place.
A circular route that starts and finishes at a certain place. I want y'all to sink that in for a second. Remember when I said when you go out to Vegas and you see all those stars, they're in a circuit, meaning they're moving in a circular route. And they're stationed and move. So you know how the sun goes up and it goes down and the moon goes and everything is moving? The hosts of heaven are also in a circuit. So when you see all those stars, they're just not sitting there. They have a momentum, a movement. Right? Watch this. Read.
We'll go back
No. Yeah, that was it from there. Go back to the scripture.
Ecclesiastes chapter 24, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
I alone compass the circuit of heaven and walk in the bottom of the deep.
Read.
In the waves of the sea and in all the earth.
That's all I need. So the circuit of heaven. Go from there. Go to Job. All right. I'm gonna prove this. Go to Job 9 and 9. All right. Because somebody might say, what is this brother talking about? They don't move. Stars don't move. Do stars move? Do they? I'm asking. Are we moving? Do the flat earthers believe the earth moves? No, they don't, huh? Don't believe the earth moves? Well, the scripture says the circuit of heaven, everything is moving. Everything moves. The earth is not just like this, not moving. The scripture says, I'm going to get more. The heaven has a circuit. The heavens have a circuit, meaning everything is moving. Everything. Go ahead, Marsh, you got something? Get the mic. Everything is moving in the heavens.
When Joshua had stopped the sun and the moon from moving, that's during the time where he stopped everything from moving. So it moves.
Everything moves.
Joshua did that.
Everything moves. And we just read in Sirach 24, it says the circuit of heaven. So when you look at that, wisdom traveled through the circuit of heaven. So a circuit is what? Moving in a circular movement, and it's going to get back to its same routine or pattern. So when my hand moves here, why does it say in a circular motion? Because when you move in a circular motion, what happens? You're going to eventually get back where you started. So the heavens is literally, not just the sun and the moon, the heavens is literally moving in a motion, in a circular motion. I don't understand how. My knowledge is not that high, but it's moving in a way to where everything is going to eventually get back to where it is. Let's prove that. Get Job 9 and 9.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 9.
Somebody said everything revolves around the sun in its orbit. Absolutely. Everything, including the planets. Yes. So if you we probably got a lot of flat earthers out there. I don't know, but if you believe in, it's crazy. I got to even go into this, but the way it works is the sun is actually moving and everything else is rotating in the middle with a rotating around the sun. But then even our Milky Way and our galaxy is moving. Everything is moving. Literally, everything is moving. Somebody can say, that's just science and that's rubber. That's what the Bible says. How do you think Esau understands these concepts? You think he just got it from himself? Everything's moving. Absolutely. Everything moves. Watch this. Let's go to read that. You got it?
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 9. Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades.
Read that one more time.
Which maketh Arcturus.
So now these are constellations. These are constellations in the sky. All right. Read.
Orion.
Orion. Where's Orion at? Orion's belt. In certain seasons, can you see Orion? No. Only in what season can you see Orion's belt? What season? Let's see. I think it's let's see. I think it's oh wait, hold on, my bad. Remember, you only can see certain constellations in certain seasons, right? You don't see the same stars in each season. You understand?
telling you in the old days when to plant.
Exactly.
When the floods were coming, because, oh, there's that star.
Yeah, that's that star, yeah.
Yeah, the last 20
Got it?
years, we had a flood.
Okay, go ahead,
10
read that.
days after that star. So.
Right, go ahead, read that.
The Orion is clearly visible in the night sky from November to February.
From November to February, that's when you can see Orion. So in different, now why is it that in different seasons you see different stars? Everything's moving. Everything's moving. Everything on a large scale. And a small scale, of course, we know that, but in the large, everything is moving. So when can you see Orion? What season is that? November and what is that? Is that fall? That's winter? Oh, that's winter. So you see Orion's belt in when? The winter. Why? Because everything is constantly moving. Read that again. Go to Job 9:9. Read it one more time.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 9, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades in the chambers of the south.
You see that in the chambers? So you see those different constellations? Those are different constellations when you look those up. Is that it from 9 to 9? Get Job 38 and 31. That's crazy. Because don't you think about it? You think to yourself, like, why did the Lord make so many stars? You know, and why is the universe so vast and so big? You understand? Think about that for a second, but let's go. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 38, verse 31. Canst thou blind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or lose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season?
You see that? Can you bring forth Mazzaroth in his season? That's another set of constellations. That goes to tell you that you see different constellations in different what? Seasons. You understand? That's why when somebody try to get smart, how you know it's the springtime in California when it doesn't, or how do you know when it's certain seasons when it doesn't snow or when it doesn't, the stars? Stars, what else? What you want if you want to deal with it doesn't snow in certain areas, look at the sky. Get a telescope and look at what constellations you in. Because everything is moving, right? Read.
Verse 32. Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season? Or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven?
Do you know the ordinances of heaven? What do you mean? What does it mean by do you know the ordinances? Meaning that heaven has specific guidelines on what each part needs to play in the heavens. From the stars to the planets to whatever is out there that the Most High created, everything has a guideline. Everything has a circular motion. Everything is moving according to what the Most High has designed it. Read.
Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou
see that? What is the cloud? Water. So can you lift up your voice to the clouds, that abundance of water may cover thee? Read.
Canst thou send lightnings, that they may go and say unto thee, here we are? Who have put wisdom in what parts? Or who have given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom? Or who can stay in the bottles of heaven?
Why did it say who can stay the bottles of heaven? It's a whole bunch of water. Who can stay the bottles of heaven? What do bottles do?
Contain water.
Contain water. He said plural. Can you contain the bottles of water? How big is that? You understand? So that's what the Most High, look, the Most High is amazing in how he created everything, but I just want to show you guys that everything is moving in a circuit, and you can see different constellations, different stars, in different seasons because everything is moving, okay? Get Job 22 and 12. Job chapter 22. Somebody said the heavens are beautiful through the telescope. Absolutely, very beautiful. Get Job 22:12.
The book of Job, chapter 22, verse 12. Is not God in the height of heaven?
So where's the Most High at? He up there. And you know what's crazy? Like when you're a child, and I remember having this understanding, no one has to tell you that the Most High is up. Isn't that crazy? Like you just kind of, it's like you just kind of know as a kid, you just kind of know, like God, you just look up. Because he's in the heavens, right? Read that again.
The book of Job, chapter 22, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
It's not God in the height of heaven.
Is not God in the height of heaven? Read.
And behold, the height of the stars, how high they are.
How high is the height of the stars? How high they are. Y'all seen that? I tried to get it out. So how high are the stars? No way no one can measure it. Esau be trying to air light years, like a trillion light years. You don't know. Stop it. They're so high. We can't even fathom how vast. You know what you guys should do? Just for the thought of it, right? We don't know if this is accurate or not, but just go on YouTube and type in like size comparison with the universe. That'll blow your mind. And then it'll start, you seen that?
Yeah.
It'll start from the earth. It'll start from like a human standing, and then it'll go high, and then it'll go in the sky, then it go like, just do that. And you'll just, shoot, you can do that with the ocean too. I did that with the ocean. The ocean is vast too. But if you just do that, like to understand how vast the universe is, it'll freak you out kind of. Like we're literally like a dot, like in this whole room, it's just a dot.
That's probably too big.
Yeah, are you? And then it's crazy because then it'll go to like our galaxy, our Milky Way and our galaxy and stuff, and then that'll be a dot in something else. Y'all ever seen Men in Black? Remember at the end, the little mama, they're like freak you out, like what the heck? Like it's just keep going. Now I'm not saying Jake get on here scoffing. If you saying it's aliens playing Marvel, no, we're not saying that. We just saying that. Because Israel crazy. We're just saying the comparison of how vast the universe is. Right? Read.
The book of Job, chapter 22, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And thou sayest, how does God know? Can he judge through the dark cloud? Thick clouds are a covering to him, and he seeth not, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven.
Can you imagine that? The Lord walks in the circuits of heaven. Can't even fathom that, huh? He walks in the circuits of heaven. Literally. It means how vast the universe is that you have the Most High literally just amongst it like nothing. Right? Read.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
As thou marked.
That's it. So I just want to get that again. The circuit of heaven, right? Meaning heaven has its movements. All right. Heaven has its circuits. All right. So now let's go from there. I'm going to really get to this. Go to Genesis 1:14. So where is, I guess we can consider, since we do have the scriptures that says the third heaven, right? Where will be considered the first heaven? The sky. Absolutely. The sky will be considered the first heaven. Okay. Now let's go to Genesis 1 and read verse 14.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
See that? So now there's lights in the firmament. Where's that? Space. So what is that considered? The second heaven. All right. Where the sun is, where the moon is, where the stars in our solar system is, that will be considered the second heaven. The first heaven is what? The birds are flying in the firmament. Anything beyond that, which you're going to what? The sun. You know how far the sun is? We don't know actually, but we know the sun is pretty far from Earth, right? It can't be close, so we'll burn up. Trust me, if the sun was it is hot. You can open that door too. I see the sweat of your brow. If the sun, that's how you know it's a creation, because if the sun was any closer to us, it would be no life. It will scorch the ground. You understand? It would literally scorch the ground. There will be no life. So the sun has to be a certain distance away. How far is the stars when you look at them? Pretty far, ain't they? Farther than the sun, for sure, right? So that will be considered, all those stars in the firmament, that will be considered what? The second level, the second tier of heaven. You have the first tier, which is when you're in an airplane and you flying and you see birds flying. And then you have the second tier is when you get into what? Deeper into the firmament. That's when you're going into the stars. That's when you're going into space, right? That's when you're going into these areas, right? Somebody said 93 million miles according to science. I mean, if we just want to take that 93 million miles, I don't think you'll ever get there. You will die before you even get there. That's how you know it ain't meant for us to travel to none of these planets. Venus and Mars and all of that. It's not meant for you to get there. By the time we try to travel there, we're going to be dead. You understand? So these things are, somebody said, somebody just Shalom family, Shalom, okay. So let's get from there. Go from there. So that was Genesis. We're dealing with the second heaven. Go to Isaiah 14 and 12. Isaiah chapter 14. Now I'm moving kind of fast on this part because I want you guys to understand something when about the heavens and why this is so amazing to me, right? Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou falling from heaven, O Lucifer?
How is Lucifer going to fall from heaven? Read.
Son of the morning.
Read.
How art thou cut down to the ground,
Read.
which didst weaken the nations? But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
You see that? Who's trying to do this right now? Esau. All the Esau. They all trying to get up in the stars. Why do you think? Because of the pride. I want to sit in the midst of the heavens. I want to sit where the Lord is. I'm gonna make a space station. I'm gonna make literally, we got I forgot what it's called, SpaceX or something like that, where they have a military designated for space. Space Force, that's what it is. That's what it was, Space Force. They literally want to go into the heavens. How is your phone and everything working? TV. Because they shooting satellites as far as they can go into the heavens. They want to sit in the heavens. You know why? Because he wants to be like God. He wants to literally be like God. That's where he wants to go. That's why when it says, Lucifer, how art thou fallen from heaven? It's because he's trying to ascend there. He want to tell you he been to the moon. He ain't been to the moon. But he's trying. He's trying. He's shooting monkeys into space and everything. Poor monkeys. You understand? He's trying to get there. You understand? So Satan or Lucifer, or we know the so-called Caucasian man, that's a wicked thought. Because he knows that he's never going to be able to see this. He's never going to be able to witness the glory and the full magnitude of the beauty of what's up there. Never. He's never going to be able to see that. But you know who's going to be able to see that? You sure? Lord willing? Most High willing? I hope. I'm going to show y'all. Hey, look. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show y'all something. Literally. Because it's a lot of deep hidden wisdom in the scriptures when you read it. Like, just when you really read and pay attention to what these words is actually saying, it's kind of beautiful that he actually is going to put us in a position to where we can dwell in a place where the other nations won't even be able to go. Esau's trying to go there. He can't even get there. Watch this. Go to first Ezra 4 and 34. Somebody said the sun is in a perfect spot. All praises. Absolutely. Because any closer or any further, it's a wrap. Any further, because it'll be too cold. That's how you know it's a creator, because he positioned everything just where it needed to be. Literally. All the circuits. What kind of mathematician is the Lord? Goodness grief. Boy, man. I mean, let alone just what we have on earth. Let's think of the heavens and how perfectly everything is circulating in the heavens. It's order. First Ezra's and what I say, 4 and 34. Read
The
that.
book of First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 34. O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course.
Mm-hmm.
For he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his. And fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day.
Now that's deep. Now that's deep right there, because it says, and he compasses the heavens round about. Now, if it was really true that the sun is moving around the earth, how the hell is it passing the heavens round about? It said the sun is compassing the heavens round about. That means that it can't just be in our little dome. It got to be moving in something else, because where are the heavens at? Not just above us. Remember, we talk about heaven and then the heavens of heavens. Understand? So when you say the heavens, that's plural, meaning how many heavens is it? We understand 3 because we see that in the scriptures. But how vast are the heavens? So it says that the sun is going in its circuit, moving round about in the heavens. Understand? Watch this. Go from there. Read, was that all of that? Okay. Go to, now go from there. Go to Genesis 2 and 1 now. Genesis chapter 2, verse 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them.
You see that? So the heavens and the earth were finished, and all of the host in them. All right. So I'm just kind of trying to give you guys an idea of how the heavens work. Right. Everything is moving. Everything is moving in its circuit, in a circular motion, and it's beautiful. Have you guys ever Googled like space? Who's ever done that before? Let me just go ahead and do it. Do it for y'all. Huh? Let's see. Look at this. These are just images of what it looks like in the evening. If you guys want to go see, look at this. This is what they have captured with like super powerful telescopes. This is what they have captured. And the crazy part is all of these stars that you see, these stars and things of that nature, these are all galaxies. All right. There's what we call a Milky Way, right? You see certain billions of stars in one Milky Way. Look at how beautiful these colors are. You know what they call this? They call this celestial bodies. All right. Why do they call it celestial? Because celestial is what? Not of this world. What is terrestrial? Earthly. Earthly. So what is the earth? I mean, what is the sun? Is it a celestial body or a terrestrial body? Is it a celestial body or is it terrestrial? It's a celestial body. You understand? So when you look out into these images, or if you go get a telescope and just look out for yourself, just go get a powerful telescope and look out for yourself. Those are all celestial bodies. All right? In the heavens. All right? So, and this was the Lord's work. All right? So now, go from there, go to 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. First Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Go ahead and read it.
1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Ye know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols.
2 Corinthians, I said first, huh? My bad, Salaki. 2 Corinthians, the water. 12 and 2. You got it. Or, 2 Corinthians 12 and 2.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. I knew a man in Christ above 14 years old. Whether in the body, I cannot tell. Or whether out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth. such an one caught up into the third heaven.
How many heavens?
It's to the third heaven.
The third heaven. Where's the third heaven? That's somewhere you can call it the spiritual realm. You can call it the Most High's realm. That's something that we can't even fathom. All right. So where's the first heaven? Where's the first heaven? Right here in the clouds, in the atmosphere, where the clouds are. Where's the second heaven? In space, where the stars are, right? Where the sun is, where the moon is, where all the stars in the Milky Way, and Orion's belt, and all of those constellations, right? That would be considered the second heaven. Now the third heaven is above that. All right, the third heaven is above that, and that is where the Most High sits. That is where the Most High seat is, right? Read.
Verse 3. And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth. He that he was caught up into paradise, and heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for a man to utter.
See that? So Paul has seen a vision, and he's seen a young man that was called from the third heaven, or taken up into the third heaven. All right. Go from there. Go to 1 Samuel 28:10. Going into what Mom said. (28:10).
1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, as the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing.
So this is actually when Saul, what did Saul try to do? Samuel had just died. Saul needed some understanding. Saul was like, look, but wait, before we go there, I wanted Genesis. Hold 1 Samuel. Hold 1 Samuel. We're going to come back to 1 Samuel 28:10. Let's go to Genesis 28:12 first. Sorry, Salakia. Go to Genesis. Hold that in Samuel. Let's go to Genesis 28:12 first. Genesis chapter 28 verse 12. Go ahead and read that.
The book of Genesis chapter 28, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder sat up on the earth, and the top of it reached the heavens.
See that? This is Jacob's ladder. All right. This is what Mosh was actually talking about. It says, and a ladder set up, all right? He had a dream, and it was a ladder, right? Read. And it reached to the heavens. Read.
And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it.
There's a heaven, there's a ladder, Salakia, and it goes into the heavens. And the angels are descending and ascending into it constantly. They're coming back and forth. Now, this is obviously the spiritual realm, which you can't see with your fleshly eye. Right? This is a realm that you can't see with your fleshly eye. But literally, I did a lesson not too long ago, and I talked about your thoughts. Where do thoughts come from? From where? Say it out. Jake said.
Like the air.
Huh?
The air.
Yes. Where did we just read wisdom was, guys? In the clouds. Wisdom is in the clouds. So say it again.
See, man. Lots of water.
Tides of water. No, tides of water. So when tides of water is sitting in his chair, he gets some wisdom. Where did that come from? Came from the heavens. When you get an evil thought, where did that come from? From heaven. Everything, all of it is circle. The Most High sent, because I'm going to show you all that. The Most High sends his spirits either to seduce you and to cause you to fall if you're doing some wickedness, or to give you some wisdom. Why do you think the scripture says, why did it call the evil spirit the prince of the air? Because how does he communicate his wickedness with you? Through the airwaves. He uses television. You can't even watch TV nowadays. Right? That's why they say you got to watch what you tune in to. Tune in next time. Why you got to tune in? Y'all ever think about, y'all don't think about the burgers. Y'all be like, yeah, I'm going to tune into that. You tuning into it. You're going into that frequency. Your television, right? Television programming. Like, right? We say this all the time. Give me that remote control. Remote control? Yeah, so you can turn on what you want to program yourself with. So if you want to watch a whole bunch of evil, that's why the scripture says if your eye, the light of your eye be wicked, then your whole body is wicked. Why did he say that? Because whatever you watch, whatever you listen to all the time, on the airwaves, the radio plays on what? The airwaves, right? Tuning into. Your brain acts as a what? Antenna. So you're picking up all those frequencies. Picking up all those frequencies. You looking at all that. Be careful, be careful with what you watch. If you watch too much of something. You ever binge watched like scary movies? You ever did that before? You just binge watched a whole bunch of scary movies. Just watch like what it was back in the world. We used to keep Halloween and they had the little Fright Fest. It was on AMC. I watch movies. Y'all watch movies. I watch movies. On AMC they play scary movies all day. You watch it. You start feeling weird. Start feeling like kind of wicked, kind of. Start getting. Some of us have nightmares. Jacob, seems dodge the bee. You have nightmare to be. I'm messing with that, Jay. Go ahead. I got special. Go ahead.
As Salakia, in my childhood, when I was a child, I used to love going over my auntie house. And my auntie, like, she loves scary movies. Like, that's her thing, God. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, like, I used to always be scared. But she like, don't worry about it. It's just TV, It's not real.
It's not TV. It's not just TV.
But crazy part about it, like, I used to have seizures when I go to sleep. You feel me? Like, from the nightmares.
Wow.
And my mama really didn't know. Like, she kept it as a secret from my mom. You feel me? And I never even told my mom. I'm gonna have to tell her that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell her that, huh?
Yeah, like that triggered my seizures.
That's crazy. Right? Yeah. Now, look, listen. You ever seen? Why do you think? Let's do this experiment for a second, right? When you look at like people that listen to a lot of heavy metal and punk rock, they're dark. They're dark people wearing all black nail polish, black on the eye. They're like dark. And you think they listening to "I Love You"? No, they're not listening to that. They listen to kill. I'm gonna kill you. Like, that's what they listen to, screaming. They doing all of that, and then they do Columbine shootings. They want to see blood and they want to kill. Then they start doing drawing, right? Because what you have perception in your mind, you draw it out, and they drawing murders and hangings and stuff like that. That's why when you see early signs of serial killers, one thing they do is they draw death. They draw dead stuff. Like, that's in your heart. That's in your body. So when you're watching a whole bunch of scary movies and then you got like people that turn into Michael Myers, and they want to be killers. They want to kill something. They want to do something.
You thought about that evil and you created it.
Yeah, and that's also how what's that movie called? Aliens. The dude that made Aliens, he said he had a dream of a monster, a hideous monster, and he drew it out, and then he created the movie Aliens. So where did he get that thought from? Huh? From the airwaves. Right? Something dropped some evil in his brain and he wanted to create it. Understand? This is real. Understand? All that gothic stuff. Drill music. I got you. Give her the mic. They got drill music. What is drill music? And then when you see a lot of people that listen to that drill music, how are they? They're killers and murderers and want to die, want to kill you, want to slide on something, right? You don't need to hear about it. Go ahead, sis. Nah, it's just rap. It's rap music, just talking about killing their enemies and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just regular rap. They just renamed it, but it's nothing but rap music. I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Kill your whole homies. Spit on your dead homie's grave. All that evil stuff. Come on, you don't want to hear that. Go ahead, sis.
Do you think that those thoughts and actions can be avoided if we use entertainment as like a discussion piece rather than just consuming what we watch and listen to?
What you mean?
So let's say you watch a Michael Myers film or binge watch it, instead of consuming all of that. If you talk about it, like why this is happening this way, and get it out, and that will avoid certain behaviors that we see.
Yeah, definitely. You think in the nation of Israel, you think they'll have horror movies? No, it's wicked. It's wicked. Now, don't go and say Ratazan said I'm going to hell if I watch horror movies. I'm not saying that. What I am saying though, it is an evil spirit. It is an evil spirit, and that wouldn't be in Israel. Why? Because in every horror movie, you're gonna have a woman naked. You're gonna have a marriage. I'm gonna say for the kids in here, you're gonna have a marriage scene. You understand what I'm saying? And you're gonna have some evil killing, right? That's not what we're supposed to inhabit. So we shouldn't even want to entertain that too much, because it's evil. That's why I used to like I don't know why, just when I was a kid, I was curious, I want to see a scary movie, but now it's evil. I don't care to see all of that, especially all the times. It's like, go ahead. You want to say something?
I was just gonna say real quick.
Did that answer your question though, sis? I don't know if that answered your question. I don't know if you're trying to say, should we like as a body in here replace it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
Give her the mic again.
thank you. Not just horror film, just anything that we consume for entertainment. More so use it as a discussion piece and understand like why certain characters are doing certain things or why this topic is brought about in this film or in this song. And I think that would prevent or just give food for thought to those subjects and kind of.
You talking about like to deter people from watching
Yes.
it? Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. I mean, but in here, I don't think in here we binge watching Michael Myers films. Like, I'm not me. I don't do that. I'm cool. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be tripping out. I watch a scary movie, and especially now, because it'd be like, they pray over those things. You know that, right? They pray like certain horror films, like especially the demonic ones. They pray over that stuff, like evil, wickedly. They do like rituals and stuff to get in character and all of that. Like you gotta watch that stuff where it says like strange stuff be happening on sets and all of that. For what?
I was gonna say that's why most of these actors and stuff, usually when they play like such a crazy scene like that, or they tap it into that mode of being like that. After that point, then they have to get some help, or they gotta take some type of what is the word?
Oh, they have to get therapy.
Like therapy, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's like they become mentally unstable and just it's as if they can't even function in the normal world anymore.
That's what happened when Michael B. Jordan was playing Killmonger.
Yeah, with Killmonger, right?
He had to have therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. And so read that again though in Genesis real quick.
The book of Genesis chapter 28 verse 12. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven.
Now it's funny because pay attention to that. It says, and he dreamed, right? He dreamed, and he was able to see this vision in his dreams. But this is actually a reality. He's actually seeing something that the Most High is showing him in dreams, because dreams can connect you to that type of realm. That's why when you see like they were having these visions and stuff like that, they were going into different realms. The Most High was allowing them to. When you see Ezekiel, he was seeing the angels, out of body experience. That's what we just read with Paul said. Whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. You understand? Because we're connected. How do we connect to the spiritual realm or to the upper heavens? Through our minds, right? That's how we do it. We connect through our minds. The Lord gives us visions. The Lord gives us dreams, right? Speaks to us in those things too. So you see that, read?
And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land wherein thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed.
So can you imagine you see like a something like a ladder going into the heavens, and you see angels descending and ascending out of it, and then you look up and you see the Father over all of that? Can you imagine? He's speaking to you like from all of that? That's an amazing sight to even behold. And then for him to want to be our God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that should make you feel some way, read.
Right. Verse 14. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest,
Read.
and will bring thee again into this land.
Uh-huh.
For I will not leave thee until I have done that with which I have spoken to thee of. And Jacob awaked out of his sleep, and he said, surely the Lord is in his place, and I knew it not.
Read.
And he was afraid, and said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven.
You see that? He said that's the gate of heaven in the house of God. He said how dreadful. It was so amazing for him to see. He said, how dreadful is this? Because it's so far beyond us. It was just so far beyond us. He said, how dreadful is this? That I was able to witness the Lord, the angels in the heavens, and the Lord in the heavens. That was something that was dreadful to him. Right? Let's go from there. So where's the Lord at? He's in the heavens. Get Psalms 33 and 13. Get that. Come on. Get that when you got it. When you got it, you can read it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
The Lord looketh from heaven.
The Lord looketh from where?
From heaven.
Uh-huh.
He beholdeth all the sons of men.
You see that? Read.
From the place of his habitation, he looketh upon all the inhabitants of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
He fashioneth their hearts alike. He considered all their works.
So the Lord is looking at us from where? Like Mosh brought out? The heavens. That's where the Lord is looking at us from. He is looking at us from his realm. His realm is in the heavens. All right? That's where his realm is. All right? So let's, mic check. Oh, did it die? I think it died. Go, you gotta plug it up. I think it died. Mic check, yeah. Here, you wanna put it over there? So lock your family, hold on 1 second. We wanna plug this in. Got it?
Yeah.
You need a plug?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Come. Okay, come. Here, plug it on there. Here. There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Mic check. Mic check. There we go. Mic check. There we go. Come. All praises. All praises. So when you're ready, read that again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
The Lord looketh from heaven.
Uh-huh.
He beholdeth all the sons of men.
Uh-huh.
From the place of his habitation, he looketh upon all the inhabitants of the earth.
Uh-huh.
He fashioneth their hearts alike. He considered all their works.
Mm-hmm.
There is no king saved by the multitude of an host.
That's it. So the Lord looks at us in heaven. Write down 1 Samuel 28. Write down 1 Samuel 28, 10 through 13. Okay? That's dealing with the witch of Endor when Saul went to go see her because he wanted to summon Solomon. And she said she seen the gods ascending out of heaven. All right. So watch that, read that on your own time, but write that down. So let's go from there. Let's go to 1 Kings 22 and 19. First Kings 22:19.
First Kings chapter 22, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left.
So where is his throne at? In the heavens. And where are the hosts at? Who are the hosts? The angels, the stars, right? The sun, those are the hosts too, but also the angels are up there. It's living. Is it life in space? Yes. Yes. But I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about angelic life. I'm talking about I'm talking about other life. Celestial life. And they're in the heavens, right? With the Lord. Read. We was at verse 19.
Verse 20.
I'll give you them after too.
And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
Uh-huh.
And one said on this matter, and another said on that matter. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Read.
And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
So where do these things begin? In the heavens. They start off in the heavens, they come down to the earth, and they deliver you a little message. And you think it's you thinking, you follow that message. But it starts from where? The heavens, the realm of the Most High. Where are the angels and spirits? In the heavens. You understand? That's where they are. And literally in space. It's where it is. It's in space, literally. All right? So that's it from there. So now, this is what I wanted to get to. I wanted to hurry up and get through those precepts so we can get a cool understanding of the heavens, because I wanted to share this with you guys. Let's go to Revelations 21. So I had a good conversation with a brother of mine, right? Shire, my brother Shire, had a good conversation with my brother Shire. Now, it's a teaching that in Revelations 21, that this kingdom, right? When you see our kingdom coming down from the heavens, that's a similitude. That's not the real kingdom. That's a similitude. Because you have some camps that teach you ain't gonna be in the heavens. You're gonna be on this earth. What's special about that, Jacob? I mean, say your Hebrew name. Namanawa. I said it right. Namanawa. Jacob go be, Namanawa will be these names after. Let me ask you this question. What's special about us getting the kingdom on earth? Nothing. Because if we talk about regeneration, have we had that before? Come on. We've had that. What's special about, I got to keep going to Cancun. Every day I'm in Cancun. I'm going to be bored. You know, rich people get bored. Why do rich people get bored? Because they did it all. They done went to every island. They done went to every beach. After a while, you get tired of the beach and drinking on the beach. That get boring. Why do you think these stars and all that, they be in depression? Because they got everything. Now they bored. So what's fun for us? We get everything. Like, what's special about that? We just inherit the earth. Brother use Revelations 21, and they say, so that's a similitude to us being Israel. No, it's not. That's literal, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you that that's literal, and it's more special than what you think. Why do you think we fighting and laboring right now? We laboring to get something that nobody has ever seen before. Right? Watch this. Let's read this. Revelations 21:1. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. See that? So it's going to be New Jerusalem. Where's Jerusalem coming from, guys? Heaven. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is this. If New Jerusalem is coming down, but they'll try to precept with Ezekiel, and then they'll say, because our brothers, unfortunately, are too stuck in carnality. Well, what Esau gonna build our walls? No. You too stuck in carnality. Esau we don't need Esau to physically build anything. That's just a similitude of him being in bondage. That man not gonna build Jerusalem. I'm gonna prove it to you. Jerusalem is gonna come down already prepared. But where is Jerusalem coming down prepared from? The heavens. Said Jerusalem is going to come down already prepared like a what? Like a what? Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Read. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. The tabernacle of God is with men. Where does the Most High dwell? Where does he dwell? But where? In the tabernacle, right? Remember we had the Feast of Tabernacles and we got the tabernacle and everything? Wasn't that where he dwelt? But now it says, here's the Lord. Where's the Lord's tabernacle? We just read it. Huh? It's in the heavens. But somebody can say, well, I don't understand what that means. Then if the Lord's tabernacle or the Lord's dwelling is in the third heavens, how is it going to be dwelling with us then?
Let's get into it. This is what I really want to get. Skip there and go. Let's skip that and go read stay in chapter 21 and read verse 10. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain.
Now, the first thing you got to understand is that where is New Jerusalem going to be sitting on? We just read it. A great and high what? Mountain. What is the name of that great and high mountain? Zion. Great and high mountain. That's Mount Zion. Took him up to a great and high mountain. Read.
And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city.
And he showed him. So where was that great city at? It was on a great and high mountain. Right? Read.
And showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God. And her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. It says, and she was like a stone. So when he seen the city was shining like a jasper stone. Y'all know what a jasper stone look like? Let's look up a jasper stone. Let's look up a jasper stone. Watch this. Jasper stone. Y'all see this? This is how a jasper stone looks. If you want to see how it looks, just go on the YouTube and you can check it out. This is a jasper stone. It's a stone like this. Y'all see that? He said the city looked like a jasper stone. This is how the city looked. So when he came to the high mountain and he came to it, he looked and it said, what, read? Verse 11, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal.
So this is how, so when he seen the city from far, when he coming up on it, can you imagine seeing a city like this? Right? Watch this. Keep reading. Read.
It had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. So these gates had the name. Now we always go here to prove that it's only Israel in these gates, right? Because it has the names of the 12. So you had the gates were high. Now I'm gonna show y'all how big this city is. The city is huge. Now the thing about it is a lot of people lack that spiritual understanding because unfortunately a lot of our brothers are trying to get away from Christianity so much they negate the spiritual side of the scriptures. They're trying to get away from Christianity so much. We're not going to be living with the Most High forever. We're going to die. We're going to be doing the same thing. And they negate the other side of the scriptures. They negate a lot of the spiritual aspect of the scriptures. What's the point if we're going to die still? What's the point? Right? This is going to be something that's glorious. Most High said, look, it's going to be like a jasper stone, have 12 gates that's super high. What's this? Read. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of an angel.
Now, how big is that? How high is that? Now, I'm about to read this. All right. All right. So I'm gonna read this little excerpt from you, and I want you to check this out. How large is the city? Right. It says that varies slightly depending on the version of the Bible, right? So we're not gonna read. We stick with the KJV, right? But I want to get to this. So it says, regardless of whether the city is 14 1,400 miles or 1,500 miles in length and width. It is shaped like a square at the base. This means New Jerusalem is larger than India with nearly 2 million square miles. These measurements are meant to be literal since they are described as men's measurements. Even more astonishing than the size at the base is the height that is also at least 1,400 miles. This goes well beyond Earth's atmosphere and into space. If a building in the city is this high and has a ginormous 12 feet per story, that the building would be over 600,000 stories. To give you a better idea just how big New Jerusalem is, here are some representations of what it would look like on Earth if the city is shaped like a cube over North America. And when I go there, you see how big that is? That's how big the city would be. When y'all see it, y'all let me know. That's how big the city would be. See how big that is? Now somebody, that's bad, it can't be that big. Why is it that big and high? Because we're gonna be where? We say it again?
Because we're going to be in the heavens.
We're gonna be in the where?
In the heavens.
In the heavens. With who? Where's the tabernacle of God? So where's New Jerusalem? In the heavens. Where's this ladder descending from where? In the heavens. Where are we going to be at? I'm going to prove it to you. Because if we're not going to be in the heavens, why would we need celestial bodies? Israel, why would we need a celestial? You might as well keep your earthly body if you're going to stay on earth. So we're going to have celestial bodies stuck on earth and die.
Right.
Celestial bodies stuck on earth and die. Does that make sense? Do celestial bodies die? Oh, we'll read it. Don't worry. But this is how big the city would be. And it makes a lot of sense that it would be that big. Why? Because this is going to be in a different realm. Because let's keep reading. Watch this. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And the wall of the city had 12
Start at 6. Start at 18. Let's get to the point.
All right. The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper.
The building of the wall was of jasper. So remember I showed y'all jasper? This is how it was. Right? Read.
And the city was pure gold.
And the city was pure gold. Can you imagine gold and jasper? Gold and jasper. Now, mind you, this is only what he can describe it as. Right? Read.
And the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones.
And it was precious stones. Read.
The first foundation was jasper.
The first foundation was jasper. Read.
The second, sapphire.
Let's look up what the sapphire stone looks like. Y'all ever seen a sapphire stone? This is a sapphire stone. See this? Let me get a good. It's a good one. Trying to get a good one for y'all. But here it is right here. There's different colors. You got pink, you got yellow, but this is how a sapphire stone looks like. Y'all see that? It's how a sapphire stone looks like. Read. I'll send you the number.
Okay,
go ahead.
And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper. The second, sapphire. The third, a chalcedony. The fourth, an emerald.
Emerald. Y'all know what an emerald looks like? But let's look up that first one though. Here it is right here. You see. Y'all see this stone right here? Look how beautiful that stone looks. This is how these stones gonna look. This is how it's gonna look in your kingdom. Ain't no king. This kingdom is gonna be something that you can't even fathom. And it's gonna be in the heavenly realm with the Most High. Watch this, read.
Verse 20. The fifth, sardonyx. The sixth, sardius or sardius. The seventh, chrysolite. The eighth, beryl.
So when y'all can look up all these stones, beautiful, beautiful. That's how the city Can you imagine a city like that, looking at a city like that big and high? Right, read.
The ninth, a topaz. The 10th, a crystal precious. The 11th, a jacinth. The 12th, an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold. And it, as they were transparent glass.
Y'all see the streets out here? Says the streets of the city was pure gold, as it was like transparent. So when you look down, you can see your reflection in the street. That's the street. So when you're giving up the world, this is what you're gaining. Forget the cars and the money and all that. I want to go here. Watch this, read.
Verse 22. And I saw no temple therein.
Why was it no temple in this place? Why was it no temple in this place? We'll see, read.
And I saw no temple therein. For the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it.
They are the temple of it. What point is it that you need a temple? What is a temple for? Can we close that door? That was a little bright. What's the point of a temple? To do what? To communicate with God. If God is among us, why do we need a temple? It said the who's going to be. What did the Bible say? Read verse 22.
And I saw no temple therein.
There's no temple there, read.
For the Lord God Almighty.
That's the Most High.
And the Lamb.
And the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? They both going to be there? No, we ain't never going to see him. He's never going to be there. We're not going to ever see the Most High. We can't see him. Who's going to be there?
For the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb.
And the Lamb
are the temple of it.
What does it mean they're a temple of it? Meaning you don't need a temple to communicate with them. They're there. Watch this, read.
And the city had no need of the sun.
Now, what kind of city is this? Is this an earthly city? It said it don't need no sun. Well, that's actually the similitude of Israel not needing the sun because the spirit is in us. No, stop it, Israel. That's literal. There's no sun there. Well, how is it? Because we're going to be keeping the moons and we need a moon. No, we don't. You don't think the Lord knows when the moon is without a moon? He put the moon for you to know. You think the Lord need a moon to tell when the moon is? You think the Lord be counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 15th day. 15th day at evening. You think the Lord need that? The Lord know already. You think you don't need that? No. Who don't need it though? The heathen gonna need it. So yes, they still will have their moon. They gotta keep it. They gotta go out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15th that evening. It's the Lord's Passover. And we're gonna be looking down because if they don't keep it, we're gonna send some famine. This is beyond what y'all be thinking, Israel. Y'all be thinking this some real, this earthly shit. They're gonna be whipping Esau. This ain't that. We're gonna be in the heavens. We're gonna be walking on a plantation with Esau. Like, we ain't whipping Esau. No, we're gonna be in the heavens. We're gonna be on some other stuff in the heavens. Having Lord knows what. I don't know. That's what I want to see. You understand? It says, look, there is no sun, read.
Verse 23. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it.
Read.
For the glory of God delighted.
God is with us. You think we need a moon to tell us when a new moon is when we got the Father with us? Read. What's this?
And the Lamb is the light thereof.
Uh-huh.
And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it.
Read.
And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it.
Read.
And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there.
You see that? In this air. So guess what? Y'all ever seen, I'm going to paint this picture for y'all. Y'all ever seen Hercules? Hercules, they got what? Mount Olympus. They literally took that story from the Bible. Literally. You know, there will be beyond, I will go the distance. Where he trying to go? He trying to go to Mount Olympus. Where we trying to go? We trying to go to Mount Zion. That's our story. Hercules is a what? A demigod. What is demigod? He's a god, but he's in human form. And he's trying to go to the distance to do what? Reclaim his full godship. What are we? Demigod. We're trying to go to Mount Zion. Hercules is the what? The son of Zeus, which is the head god. We are the son of who? The Most High, which is the top deity. We're trying to get back to who? Him. Hercules, he fell. Why? Because Lucifer or Satan came and took him away. What happened to us? Lucifer came. It's our story. Hercules is us. They took that from the Bible. You understand? It's the same thing. And every year, all the and if you follow the story of Hercules, all the earthlings have to go to one place where Mount Olympus is said to be and come and bring tribute. So what's going to happen with us? All the other nations, they got to come to where Mount Zion is, in the area of Mount Zion, earthly, and they got to come bring tribute. And we're going to come and make sure they bring that tribute. That's why when the scripture says, I think it's in Amos. Was that in Amos or was that in Micah? Micah, yeah. Hit that real quick. Hit that in Micah. Y'all know that one in Micah? Come on. Read that in Micah real quick.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
But in the last days it shall come to pass that a mountain and a house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted.
The mountain of the Lord shall be established where?
In the top of the mountain.
Oh, no, on the earth.
In the top of the mountain.
No, and just in Israel on the earthly realm.
It shall be established
On the top of the mountain. Where is the top of the mountain? And we just read it in Revelations. And what, read?
And it shall be exalted above the hills.
And it shall be exalted above the hills. What hills is it talking about? It's going to be taller than Mount Everest. It's going to be taller than any mountain you see. Read.
And the people shall flow into it.
And the people going to do what?
Shall flow into
They're
it.
going to come. Bring their tribute. Like didn't we just read that in Revelation 22? 21? Nations is going to flow into it. Read.
And many nations shall come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
The mountain of the Lord. Why they got to go up to the mountain of the Lord? What's at the top of the mountain? Jerusalem. Israel. They're going to come. They're going to come to the mountain of the Lord. They're going to bring tribute. Read.
And let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
When it says go up, that doesn't mean they're going to travel all the way up. It just means they're going to go up into it. And they're going to bring tribute. They're going to keep the feet. Can you imagine seeing all of the heathens in the nations like, hey, look at down there. See all the people? They all coming to bring tribute and worship the Lord. Look at that. Read.
And to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
And we're going to walk in the ways of the Most High. Read.
For the law shall go forth from Zion.
The law going to go forth from where?
Of Zion.
Zion. Why did it say Zion? Mount Zion. Read.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And the word of the Lord is going to go out from Jerusalem. So what's going to be the capital of the world? Jerusalem. Because where Jerusalem at? Remember? New Jerusalem. This is a direct precept for Revelation 21. Read.
Verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off.
We're going to rebuke whoever don't come. Going to get rebuked. That's fun too. Flexing your power. Imagine going down there. You a deity. You go down there. They shooting guns. They trying to fight you. Imagine. I'm not saying they're going to actually do this, but just imagine. You go down there. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can phase you. Nothing. You can go wherever you want. You can go wherever you want in the world and just a flicker. I'm here. I'm there. What's going on? Go anywhere. I'll show y'all this. Whoever don't come worship, they're gonna get rebuked. That's the glory.
Yes.
We're not about to be going to war no more. None of that. We ain't gonna have to do nothing. Barely lift a finger. Watch this. Read.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
It says neither shall they learn war and whatever. You know what that means? They're gonna forget war. There ain't gonna be no war. They're gonna forget how to fight, all that. There ain't gonna be no fight. You think nation gonna be fighting each other? No. We ain't gonna be in rulership. Watch this. Read.
But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid.
Uh-huh.
For the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken.
Uh-huh.
For all people will walk every one in the name of his God.
Uh-oh. So wait, all people gonna read? Keep reading.
For all people will walk every one in the name of his God. And we will walk in the name of the Lord, our God.
So it's gonna be idol worship in the kingdom? So what does that mean? It says all nations shall walk after the name of their God, and we shall walk after the name of our God. That sounds like idolatry. So what's gonna be idolatry in the kingdom? What does that mean? We gonna be their gods. Somebody say, oh, this brother's going on. Get Psalms, you know where I'm going. Let's prove it. We're going to be their gods. So guess what? Say it, say it, say it. Namanawa. Those are the Namanawathians. The Namanawathians, they belong to you. They're going to serve you as you serve your God. You're going to tell them what to do. The Lord of hosts told me, or the Lord of hosts commands us to keep the Passover. Namanawathians, get it together. The God Namanawath, he commands us and says the Father says we have to do this. So we got to get it going. They're going to literally walk in the name of their God, and we're going to walk in the name of our God, meaning the Lord is going to make us deal with them. We're going to be, that's why it says we're going to be a nation of what? Kings and priests. After the order of who? Melchizedek. Because what is Christ? A priest king. And what are you going to be? A priest king. So there's not going to be no need for us to have a Levitical priesthood in the kingdom. We don't need a Levitical priesthood. That's the whole point. We don't need a Levitical priesthood in the kingdom. Because who's our priest? Yahweh Shai is our priest. And we become a nation of what? Priests. So guess what? You're a tribe of Judah, you're a priest. You're the tribe of Ephraim, you're a priest. You're the tribe of Manasseh, you're a priest. We are a nation of priests. It's no more Levitical priesthood. They only can talk to the Most High. We're going to go. Ain't no more of that. That was foreshadowing what was to come through us and the nations. Read that in Psalms.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
I have said, ye are gods.
Who said that?
I have said, ye are gods.
We'll get the one in John because we want Christ to follow up with it. Read.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
So what are you? We're child. So what does that make you? A God. Say ye are gods. Ye are gods. Give me the one in John.
Are you read verse 8 too?
Yeah.
Verse 8. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
We're going to inherit all nations. What does it mean to inherit all nations?
Take ownership.
Huh?
Like take ownership.
Take ownership. Take ownership. Absolutely. Read that one in John. Got it. 10:34. Come.
The book of John, chapter 10, verse 34. And how shall I answer them? Is it not written in your law? I said, ye are God.
Christ said you are God. So who are those gods in Micah? Us.
That's right.
It's us. That's us. Now, go from there. If not, if there's another case, if that's not the case, go to 1 Corinthians 15:37. And somebody asks, will we be reproducing in the kingdom? I believe we will reproduce in the kingdom. How would that be? I don't know. Because if for you, look, listen, sometimes Israel's too prideful. We don't know everything. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody can tell me how you're going to reproduce in the kingdom. Like when I say reproduce, I mean exactly how it's going to take place. Because surely it can't take place the way we're doing it here. Why? Because of this. 1 Corinthians. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 37. If that which thou sowest not that body that shall be.
You see that? Thou which thou sowest not that body which you shall be. Meaning the body that you're in right now, everybody touch their arm. The body that you're in right now, look at your skin. You're not going to be in that body. You're not going to sweat. It's hot in here, huh? You know, sweat is unclean. Like sweat is something that is, the Most High said the Levites couldn't even sweat. They had to wear a certain garment so they couldn't sweat. Because Jacob, you sweat in the temple, your life was done. I mean, not no matter what. Salakia, no matter what. You sweat in the temple, no matter what. Hey, look, it can't be this in the temple. No. You think it's gonna be sweat in the kingdom? They'll want you sitting here. Dang, it's hot today, Lord. You kind of bright.
Top of the wall.
Top of the wall. I keep saying that. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. These brothers bad. They like, we got Hebrew names, huh?
No, that's cold because what do you sweat? You sweat toxins. What
Uh,
toxins you got in the kingdom? What toxins you got in the kingdom?
well, according to some brothers, you're gonna have that. You're gonna be sweating. You're gonna be giving seed and all that. Seed that's unclean in the kingdom. It don't make sense, Israel. Why do we need a celestial body if we're gonna just be on earth? Read it.
Verse 37. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear grain, and made chance of wheat or of some other grain. But God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him.
You see that? The Most High said, God gives you a body that has pleased you. Him, read.
And to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of man.
Right. So me and Kalab, I should have been calling him all day because I know his. Hey, me and Kalab, we got the same flesh, but do we look the same? Are our body structures the same? No. Some people, like the brother was talking today, some brother's skin is more sensitive than other brother's skin, and the whole nine. We have like and similar flesh, but it's not the same. Read.
But there is one kind of flesh of man, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
Right. There's different flesh. Birds, beasts, fish. Read.
There are also celestial bodies.
Celestial bodies. Read.
And bodies terrestrial.
There are celestial bodies. What is a celestial body? A heavenly body. And there are terrestrial bodies. What is a terrestrial body? Earthly. Read.
But the glory of the celestial is one.
The glory of the celestial is one. Read.
And the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Read.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star different from another star in glory.
So the moon, the sun, the stars, are those celestial or terrestrial bodies? Celestial. Why? Because they're in the heavens. Is a bird and a fish, is that a celestial or terrestrial body? Terrestrial. Why? Right. So they're celestial bodies. Then he gave you an example. Birds. And with terrestrial, he gave you birds and stuff and fish. And then he gave you the sun, the moon, the stars. Those are celestial bodies. So there's all type of different. And then he said each star is made differently. It's billions of stars in the galaxy. And each one is made differently. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's not far-fetched. There's billions of people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And we're all made differently. Right? Watch this. Read.
Verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead.
Now watch this. Read.
It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption.
That is sown in corruption. How is it sown in corruption? Sin. Read.
It is sown in dishonor.
And also, how is it sown in corruption? Not just sin, because when a woman have a man child, is she unclean for how long? 40 days. And when she have a woman child, how clean? Is she unclean for how long? 80 days. Is that corruption? Yes, it's unclean. Yes. You think the Lord gonna deal with that in the kingdom? Lord ain't dealing with nothing unclean. Brothers laying semen in the kingdom. That's why don't ask me how it's gonna happen. I don't know, because I don't know what a celestial body. I know we ain't gonna be doing it like we're doing it now. I don't know how it's gonna be. That's too high for me. I deal with what I see. Understand? What I do know is we're gonna have an incorruptible body. Doesn't blood make you corrupt? Doesn't blood corrupt you? Yes, it makes you unclean. When you bleed, you're unclean, brothers. So are we gonna be having the blood we have now in the kingdom? In the celestial body? Does a celestial body need blood? I don't know. But I surely know it's not gonna be, because this these bodies are sown in what? Corruption. So everything about you is filthy, even when you're trying to be righteous. It's just what it is. We filthy. We nasty. Just go outside, walk by, smell like piss and all that. We nasty. We're nasty people. You think you're gonna be eating and have to do number 2 in the kingdom? Man, I gotta use it, huh? In the kingdom, you know that's unclean, right? Most High said if you have to use it, you have to go out the camp, bury it in a hole, and get it away. Like when the tabernacle was amongst men, no, it's real. This is law. Y'all learning the law right now. I'll probably touch on that. When y'all was in the kingdom, I mean not the kingdom. When we were in the wilderness and the tabernacle was there, we had to go out of the camp, not just I'm gonna go away from it. He said out the camp. Get out the camp. Go over there by the rocks where nobody at. Use it over there. Bury it. Don't use it in the camp. You couldn't be in your tent with a little porta pot, like with a little pot. You couldn't do that. You had to walk out of the camp because that is a corruption. That's real. Number 2 and number 1, I gotta use the bathroom. Like ain't gonna be none of that in the kingdom. That's waste. That's corruption. That's why it says this body is sown in what? Corruption. Watch this. Read.
Verse 43. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory.
But it's gonna be raised in glory. Read.
It is sown in weakness.
We're weak. Right now, I'm looking at brother's face right now. This sun is beating y'all up right now. Y'all weak. Brothers is sitting there thirsty. Mouth dry, cotton mouth. And I know the brothers by the window is burning up right now. Because it's a weak body. You think you're going to be feeling that like that? You ain't going to be feeling that. Read.
It is raised in power.
It is raised in power. You think the Lord get tired? Think Yahweh Shai in the kingdom? I'm tired right now, man. Go take a nap. No. Brothers got to think differently. Brothers got to understand these scriptures, man. Read.
It is sown a natural body.
It is sown in the natural body. Do everybody got natural bodies? Come on, read.
It is raised a spiritual
It
body.
is raised in the spiritual body. So are we going to have the same bodies during resurrection? Read.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Who was that last Adam? How was he made a quickening spirit? Raised him and he gave him a new what? A new body. That's why he was able to manifest his wounds. That's why he was able to change his appearance and make himself strange into his disciples.
So like I
Go ahead.
believe he appeared to like over 500 people at one time or something like that.
I gotta get that precept. I don't know if it mentions how many people he appeared before.
But like at one time he was able to like manifest himself to so many people.
Well, he was for sure visiting a lot of people, and people were seeing him for sure. He was changing his appearance. He made himself. He even talked to a disciple. They didn't even know who he was. And he brought back the holes in his hand. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. My check. Yeah. So let's read. Can you read it? I think that mic. Let me see. That mic is dead. Hey brothers, can we see that the other mic? And then you just pick off where you left off. Yeah, bring up that mic. Yeah, bring up that mic. All right. So I want to finish this. I want to get this scripture and then one more, and then we're gonna close out. Go ahead.
Verse 46. Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven.
So the first man is where? Earthly. The second man is where? Heavenly. So wait, I thought we were just gonna be on earth. We're gonna just be ruling in earth. That boy Ratazana, bug out. No, that's what the scriptures say. Where we gonna be at? In heaven. Where's the kingdom gonna be? In the heavens. That's where you gonna be at. You're going to get a celestial body. Forget the world, homie. Forget the world. I'm cool. They can have the cars, the money, the girls, the turn up. Have it. I'm trying to get that celestial body. I'm trying to see what that feel like. Understand? That's why we labor. That's why they say this is a labor of what? Love. Because he's going to share it with us. Watch this. Read.
Verse 49. And as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
See that? So where's going to be our dwelling at, family? In the heavens. Read.
Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God.
Read that again.
Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot.
Cannot. Why? Why can't flesh and blood enter the kingdom of heaven? Because it's filthy. I just explained it. You gotta do number ones, twos, some of us threes. Get sick, you sweat, you sneeze and snot come out, boogers, nosebleeds, bleeding, fall, scrape your arm, blood come out. All of that is filthy. That cannot enter the kingdom of the Most High. That cannot enter the kingdom of the Most High. Read.
That flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God. Neither does corruption inherit incorruption.
You cannot have corruption. How the hell are we going to inherit a kingdom made by the Most High God? Unless brothers are saying the Lord ain't going to come down. Israel going to do everything down here in the flesh, and we going to eventually just rule, and we ain't going to see Christ. Ain't going to be no second return of Christ. Ain't going to be, brothers need to stop that. Ain't going to be no chariots. No, ain't no chariots going to come to live. Ain't none of that. We just going to be here. What we need a chariot to come get us for? Where the chariot gonna go? Where's it gonna come from? What type of body does that chariot possess? A celestial. Can you imagine you on a chariot? You're like, man, I gotta use it though. Hey, chariot, can you stop? I gotta use the bathroom. That don't even make sense. You can't have a fleshly body and go in that realm, in that arena. It doesn't, it's not happening. Watch this, read.
Behold, I show you a mystery.
This is a mystery. That's why I said, don't ask me how we're going to reproduce and all. It's a mystery. I don't know. But I do know flesh and blood is not going to be there. Read.
We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
We gonna change into what? Bingo. We gonna be changed in what, read?
For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
Corruption must put on incorruption, brothers. Y'all have a heavenly body. Man, I wish I could go into it. How the heavenly bodies look. We have descriptions of how Christ looked. It says his body was like the beryl. Man, that's cold. I gotta look that up. I know we always bring out the brass. Read how his body is shining like the beryl, though. Beryl is like a precious gem. Understand? Watch this, read.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
I thought we was gonna die in the kingdom. We gonna die. Ain't living forever. You a bug out. Well, I guess Paul was a bug out. Some brothers do think Paul was a bug out.
So he was going off.
Because they don't understand. Right. That's why Peter said they rest with Paul's writings as they do the other scriptures. So if you don't understand Paul's writings, you don't understand the scriptures. Right. That's what Peter said. Peter's the head of the church, right? Peter said that. He walked with Christ, right? Peter said if you don't understand Paul's writing, you don't understand the scriptures. Not my words, Peter's words. Watch this, read.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, read. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
But I thought we was going to die in the kingdom.
Death is swallowed up in victory.
We're not going to die. We're going to have celestial heavenly bodies. Why? Because we're going to be in a celestial heavenly realm. So forget taking a trip to Cancun. We're taking a trip to the Milky Way.
That's right.
We want to see what's out there. Where we going? That's crazy to think about. That's why Christ said, in my Father's house is many what? I think Mark brought it up. Many what? Mansions. What does a mansion do? It's a house. It's a big house. So it's a dwelling. The Most High said, in my Father's house, where is his house? In heaven. How big is heaven? Gigantic. Nobody knows. It's huge. Many mansions, and so mansions being space. There's many different huge dwelling places in his house. Somebody gonna be living there.
It's a mansion in his mansion.
So it's a mansion in his mansion.
With multiple other mansions.
Yes. In my Father's house, so in my Father's home, that's like, hey, I'm taking you to my house. Come on. You walk in my house, you be like, damn, is this other mansions in here? Doors with other mansions. You like, what the? Like, yeah, that's a mansion, that's a mansion, that's a mansion, that's a mansion. This is my big mansion, but this is a whole bunch of mansions. Go ahead, pick a mansion. Go in there. That's crazy when you think of it in a celestial way. Now, that's why I want to ask the question, why God create all of that out there like that? For us. You think the Most High just want to create stuff and have nobody see it? If you know anything about my God, he likes to boast about what he did.
Yeah.
He do.
Yeah.
Look at what I made. He wants you to give him the glory. Like, look. So he didn't create all that out there. Oh, nobody's going to see it, though. No, he's going to be like, hey, look at this. You see what I did? Look at all that. And we're going to praise him even more. And he'll be like, yeah. Because he deserved it. And we're going to be happy. He's worthy. Why is he worthy to be praised? Because of that fact. Power. It says, death, where is your sting? Read.
Verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
How the hell is going to be death in the kingdom? Right? And the scripture says we're going to be with the Lamb. We're going to be with the Most High. We're going to be with the Lamb, right? And there's death in the kingdom. How are you unclean when you die? We're going to be. Go dig a hole in that jasper ground over there and put him in there. Does that make sense? Don't make no sense. There's not going to be no death in this kingdom. Go ahead, huh?
God, you know, you cry over the dead as well. And the Lord said we ain't gonna have no more tears.
No more tears.
Death shall be no more.
Death will be no more. Watch this, read. Absolutely.
Verse 56. The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is a law.
See that? Death comes by what? Sin. So are you saying that there's going to be sin in this kingdom? Right. Watch this, read.
But thanks be to God, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Brothers, your labor is not in vain, brothers. Sisters, your labor is not in vain, sisters. When y'all got to put them feasts together, sisters, and go serve, it's not in vain. Brothers, we got to wake up at 9 o'clock and be in soldiers class, it's not in vain. It's hot in here right now, but we honoring the Sabbath. That's not in vain.
That's right.
It's not in vain. Forget this world. Forget this world. It's something so much greater that we're going to get, man. I'm telling you. Let's make it. I'm trying to make it with y'all. That's going to be something so special. I can't even fathom it. But when you get low, go back to 1 Corinthians 15. Rewind this lesson. Go back, get the precepts. Understand what we laboring for. Now I'll get this last one. Get Daniel 12 and 3. Daniel chapter 12, verse 3. Go ahead,
I just find it so beautiful that 57 and 58, that's a beautiful way to end that.
Yeah.
To end that right. To just end that like that. Like,
Not in vain.
it's not in vain, man. You're not giving up this life in vain. You're not giving up all the ways of this world in vain. It's not in vain. No, it's not in vain. We got so much more. We're gonna be in the heavens. What Esau want to see, we're gonna be able to see every single day, and it's gonna be something new every day. Ain't gonna be no old and nothing like that played out. It's gonna be something every single. It ain't gonna be no days. Watch this. Read that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And they that be wise.
And they that be wise, is everybody wise in here? Right, because we keeping the commandments. You wise if you keep the commandments, right, Reed?
Shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
We're going to shine as the brightness of the firmament. How are we going to shine as the brightness of the firmament? Because you're going to have a celestial body. And you're going to shine like the stars of heaven, Reed.
And they that turn many to righteousness.
And brothers, this for you, and sisters likewise. But what's this? Those that turn many to righteousness, meaning you own the corners, you laboring, you teaching, you doing everything. It's scared what?
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
We're going to shine as the stars forever and ever. Y'all see the Sandlot? Forever. Forever. Get them all out here, man. That's crazy, man. The Most High is going to have us shining like the stars in heaven. Boy. That's amazing. Hebrew daughter said, all praises, sis. All praises, sis. All praises, man. Yeah, it is joyful. It is. We hope you guys are edified. We love y'all. You guys have a beautiful Sabbath, and know that your labor is not in vain. Continue to labor. We love everybody that's online. You guys continue to fight that good fight. Continue to stay strong so that we can go ahead and get this kingdom. Okay? All praise to the Most High. All praises. Shalom, family. Shalom. Get them on.